Hello everyone, welcome back to GIPlayers Donkey Kong Country 3. I'm Player 1 AnthonyTZ.
Hey, it's me, Nintendo Nick.
I'm here, I promise.
I need to lower the game volume a little bit here.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Why? You don't want to yell over the game volume?
Coming in very loudly.
Good.
Yeah, what if we wanted to yell in front of the game volume?
I'll get out of here.
You go press down.
Alright, there we go.
Yeah, that's something. I haven't been involved in any of these episodes other than the one random cameo I had over the phone. But one of the things that always bothered me about these games is that, like, the maps are gorgeous. I love the way they're painted. But sometimes it's hard to tell where you're going because there's, like, no indication of, like, where everything is.
That's true.
Yeah. Which is why I appreciate, like, in Donkey Kong Country
Returns. This level.
I was saying Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze.
Dog water. I hate this world. Like, the levels are dog water. Like, this level is kind of dog water. But I think
To be fair, this Squawks ripoff here it sucks.
I want to say this one is. No, never mind. I really hate this. I remember these guys. I hate these guys. They're super annoying. Because of that.
Is this one of the levels where you have to, like, go the whole level with the barrel or something?
No, but you need it for like that to like get to like spots where you get like
Get extra bonus stuff.
Yeah.
So technically you don't need it, but if you want to get all the shit, you need it.
Yeah, but then you
Okay.
get mad.
Yeah.
You know.
Or that. Like a block pass.
Basically, just want to throw like something across the room because you're like. See now I have.
Oh, okay, I see what you got.
No, you can do it. You can make it. There you go.
Oh!
Hey, there you go.
You son of a bitch!
Oh.
How dare you not get hurt by the metallic barrel?
You don't give a fuck.
Do you also ask about the physics?
Hmm?
You ask about the physics and how the hell they're propelling themselves upward.
Can't hear you on the game capture, buddy.
It's because he's whispering. He doesn't want you.
Whoops!
That got kicked in the head.
Uh-oh.
Like legitimately, the guy said, "Hey, you know what? Kick in the head."
Ah, damn it.
Don't worry, you're right at the respawn point.
What?
You didn't let go. Don't worry, you only have 99 lives.
Actually, I have no idea
Okay,
how
we
many I
have
have
room.
up there.
We have room to be terrible at the video game.
Ah!
See, now you hate life. Just a smidgen.
What does it say? Why not just collect all the bananas?
I need that extra life.
You do. You just lost one.
You just need
You
that.
only have 99 left.
You need them extra potassium, bro.
And you only have 99 coins too? Wow. Yeah, you're not going to make it.
You don't think so?
No, you're not gonna
That
make it.
terrible at the video game?
You're not going to make it. I will say that is one of the few things about Donkey Kong Country is that, like, because it's so easy to get lives and stuff, yeah, the levels get hard, but, like, you get to retry it 1 billion times, you know? So eventually you'll get it.
Damn it.
The biggest oofs. Ta-da!
Yeah!
Bop, boop, bop, bop, boop, bop,
You
boop,
got
bop, bop.
sliced.
Ooh. Roll. Yeah. There you go.
So there's one thing also I know when it came to Donkey Kong Country, the bees, they each have
Hey, I got an extra life.
a different model, and the bees in this one are literally just like mechanical monsters.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
All the animals in this are like scientific experiments.
Well, yeah, because of the spoiler at the end.
Motherfucker!
You literally died in the exact same spot. It was the exact same spot in the exact same. So now you know when you go up
damn it!
when you go up that thing, don't immediately go to the right. Float in the air for a second, so you can then aim the barrel
I
at
was
the
trying
dude.
to throw it.
No, you weren't. You were just going right.
I was trying to throw it back.
No, throw it back. No, gross. I don't want to see you throw it back. By the way, that's rude. Having Dixie throw fucking fat ass kitty. Jesus.
He's not fat. He's just big boned.
Yes, fat.
Look at that big bone crap.
What is the logic of why you get to control an animal, by the way? Is it just that they literally become the animal?
I know.
But there was two of them.
Nah, it's gonna be like a Mario Odyssey thing.
Right? Donkey Kong Country, the original Mario Odyssey.
Taking control over animals.
Yep.
You thought Mario did it? Ah! Donkey Kong did it first.
Yep.
But Donkey Kong is in the Mario universe.
Nintendo seems to go back and forth on that. It's so weird. Like, please, you've played Bonanza or seen everything about Bonanza, right?
No.
You have not. Do you care if I tell you anything about it?
I appreciate that. You come back.
You appreciate if I don't
There we
tell-
go.
You're saying don't spoil anything from it?
Yes. I appreciate you not spoiling.
Do you know who the characters you play as are in that game?
Like little tiny Pauline and DK.
Okay, so you know
And
Pauline's in it.
Pauline is like from a rock thing.
Yes,
So
okay.
I have a theory. Please don't
They don't
don't confirm it for me.
They don't definitively tell you anything about Pauline, right? Okay. But the thing is, why is Pauline a child? If that's Donkey Kong. And and you see it, this is in the trailers, Dixie, Diddy, and Cranky are also in the game in some capacity. So, it's not like, oh, it's the original DK who was actually Cranky. You know, that old mythos. It's like, no, it's the Donkey Kong we all know, but it's also super young Pauline for some reason. So, how does that fit into the timeline of DK and Mario?
Because reasons?
Because reasons, yeah. Nintendo. That's what I'm saying. I think Nintendo at this point treats Donkey Kong as its own thing, which is why Mario never shows up on any Donkey Kong things. But Donkey Kong shows up in Mario things, but only the spin-offs. I don't think he's shown up. When's the last time he showed up in like a mainline Mario game? I don't think he has.
Do you count the Mario versus Donkey Kong games?
That's its own thing entirely, honestly. Like, theoretically, that could be Cranky Kong in those games. Because I don't think he shows up in them, right? Or even Diddy or Dixie?
Nah.
No.
It's just Mario and Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
So realistically, it could be the old logic they said where it's, oh, he did it. Hey, there you go. But yeah, because the old lore that Donkey Kong Country established is that like, oh, Cranky Kong was the original Donkey Kong that kidnapped Pauline on the Donkey Kong arcade game, and then he had a grandkid, and that's current DK. And then the new Mario versus Donkey Kong games, they never tell you which way it is, but that would make sense.
But there are Toads, and there is a Toy Peach and Toy Toad in the Mario universe.
But Peach doesn't show up in Mario versus DK.
Just a toy of her.
Just a toy. So now, actually, okay, so that could just be a cheeky reference. But then it still doesn't quite work. Because let's say it's Mario vs. DK is in the same universe as all the other Mario games. Why is Pauline an adult also in Odyssey? When Odyssey clearly also has Peach.
I saw the little rock dude, and I saw that it becomes Pauline, so I was thinking that's just illusionary.
What do you mean? Like it's not actually Pauline?
Yeah.
It is actually Pauline. That much I could tell you. Because in the trailers, they tell you straight up, this is Pauline.
Then
they
time
don't
travel
explain,
bullshit.
They don't explain why it's Pauline, and like what makes her different from the adult Pauline. They're just like, this is Pauline.
I'm just guessing time travel, partners in time bullshit.
Multiverse bullshit.
But either way, it doesn't make any sense. Like, they don't care about the timeline anymore. And there were so many people after Bonanza came out, which I can't tell you the other reason why people were mad about it because it's a spoiler. But there's other things that happen in the game that make it feel like, okay, it can't just be Cranky Kong timeline DK. Because there's other things in the game that only could have happened with modern DK. And yet it's still child Pauline. So Nintendo just doesn't care. They just don't care anymore. Which is weird because they don't care about DK and Mario timeline stuff. And yet, like, they're completely up their butt about, like, the Metroid timeline.
I still have
that is, like, super contained. Like, everything Metroid is like, no. It fits here. Fuck you. This is where Dread is after Fusion. The Prime games are after 1 but before 2. You know.
Wait, what are we talking about now?
Oh, I'm saying it's weird that like for most of their franchises, they don't care about their timelines, but they do for Metroid.
Yep.
Like Metroid has a very defined timeline, and Zelda had one until they gave the fuck up when Breath of the Wild came out. They're like, oh, it's the split timeline with all 3 timelines, right? It's like, well, where's Breath of the Wild fit? It's at the end of all of them. What? That's not how timelines work. That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? And then you play the game and you're like, oh, there's references to the Rito and the Kokiri and the Zoras, even though you can't have all of those things in the same timeline. No, it doesn't work. It's like, oh, don't worry, it's 100 years after the previous Zelda thing. It's like, okay, but that still doesn't tell you which one it's in. Is it after Twilight Princess? Is it after Spirit Tracks? Or is it after Zelda 2? Because those are the 3 timelines.
And then Nintendo goes, just yeah.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Actually, I have a quick question for you, Nick. When did you say Prime came out in the timeline?
Oh, it takes place between Metroid 1 and Metroid 2. And the reason it
Here's
does...
the thing.
The reason it does...
I've heard it differently.
No. The reason it does, canonically, is... Well, first off, the Prime games were spin-offs, not made by the original creator, but he has input into it so that it doesn't fuck up the rest of the timeline.
Yeah.
So theoretically, the Prime games don't fit in the timeline. They don't have to. But they do. They do fit if you want them to fit. And the way they fit is that all 3 of the first Prime games, not the 4th one, but all 3 of the first Prime games fit between 1 and 2 because during the events of 2, you kill all the Metroids.
Yes.
But in Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, the Metroids still exist. And that's why. That's why it fits there. Now, Prime 4, they have come out... Like, there's no official thing about this other than people interviewing people, but they're like, well, where does Prime 4 fit? They say that Prime 4 actually takes place after Super Metroid, I believe. Because there's nothing in Prime 4 that contradicts anything after Super Metroid. Because Ridley doesn't show up, Kraid doesn't show up, the Metroids don't show up. There's nothing in Prime 4 that can make it so it has to be before a certain game. So I think they just say, oh, well, it's after Super but before Fusion, because after Super, all the Metroids are actually dead, because the baby is dead too. But it's before Fusion, where she becomes a whole other creature because of the fusion suit and the X-Parasites and stuff. So they're like, oh, it takes place between those games. And it's like, oh, okay, cool.
But here's the thing that doesn't make sense with that timeline. And I agree with you that it makes total sense until you look at Ridley.
Ridley's the weirdest one, but that was a problem even at the start. They've since tried to rectify it, though. So, yes, in the original Metroid game, he's a dragon.
Yes.
In Super Metroid, he is also a dragon.
Yes.
But then, he doesn't show up in Metroid 2.
Until the remake.
I'm getting to that. So in the original, he does not. But then in Fusion, a version of Ridley is there.
Yes.
And he's possessed by the X, which is why he looks weird. Now, people don't like this. Other M is in the timeline. It is part of the timeline.
I 100% agree with it, and I know which Ridley you're facing.
It is between Super and Fusion.
Yes.
Exactly between.
It is 100%.
And it explains what's going on with Ridley in Fusion.
It does,
which is that he did die in Super Metroid.
Yes.
And he became... he died and they cloned him. And that clone was on ice. After you kill her,
yes.
You beat Ridley in Other M. I don't think you kill him.
No, it's the Metroid Queen that does. And you see
that's right.
Yeah, and you see his weird corpse, which is the exact same corpse you see in Fusion.
Yes. Okay.
Finally, so someone else who gets it.
So there's all that logic. So that explains the Fusion thing. So the problem that people have is well, what about the Prime games? Ridley shows up in the Prime games, he becomes a robot. What's going on? They rectified that in the remake of Samus Returns. Because in the Prime games, he starts as regular Ridley, then becomes Meta Ridley, and then by Prime 3, he's Omega Ridley, where he's he was robotic, but then he got infested with the Phazon or whatever, and then they're we have to rebuild him. The way they make it work in the timeline now is that he shows up at the end of Samus Returns, which is a remake of 2, where he is partially robotic and partially living. So it's to show that, he's recovering from having been a cyborg, so that by the time of Super, he's no longer a cyborg at all. He's back to being a regular dragon. That's how it fits. Now, it's weird. It's weird that he died in 1, became a robot, and then turned back to normal. That's weird. But they did try to... That's why... I think that's why at the end of Super Metroid... 1, they wanted a cooler final boss than the Metroid Queen. They're like, what if there was a surprise secret boss? And it's Ridley! You know? Like, obviously that. But then he's called Proteus Ridley, and he's partially robotic, but not fully robotic like Meta Ridley. And it's because now it fits in the Prime games. Because in the Prime games, he was a robot, but then by the time of 2... he's mostly healed, and then by the time of Super, he's completely healed, and he's back to being a dragon. Now, realistically, the reason this is all the way it is because the games did not come out in order.
Yeah.
They came out 1, 2, 3, Prime, 4...
Wait, no, Fusion?
Prime and Fusion came out on the same day.
Did it?
Prime and Fusion came out on the exact same day. Yes. It's insane. Yes. Prime and Fusion came out on the same time. It's because they were already working on a new game, and they're like, we're going to do Prime. We're going to make this whole big swing. We're going to try and get the Halo audience because Xbox is kicking our ass right now. But they're like, you know what? For the other fans, and for the fact that, like, we don't want to put 2D side-scrolling games on our fancy 3D GameCube, but we have a Game Boy Advance right now. We could put a side-scroll on that, so they put Metroid Fusion on that, and they came out on the same day, which is why if you hook up a Game Boy Advance to the GameCube of Prime 1, you can play with the Fusion suit if you've beaten Fusion.
I did not know that.
Yes. You can also do that in Prime 2. And it's an extra difficulty. It's like beyond hard difficulty. I think in the Metroid Prime trilogy, you can just unlock it. Like, you just unlock Fusion mode. And then they did the same thing, I think in Prime 2 or 3 with Zero Mission, where Zero Mission... you can connect it with one of the games, I think, or something. But yeah, and then they did Zero Mission, which was a remake of 1. Then, you know, huge gap of time after the Prime games. And then we got Samus Returns, which remade 2, which was the only, like, still ancient game. And I think they're too afraid to remake Super. Because they've remade 1, they've remade 2. They're not touching anything after that, I don't think. Because they're like, we don't want to fuck with the perfection of Super Metroid. Like, Super Metroid is the perfect game. We don't want to fuck with it.
It is pretty damn good.
Yep.
Son of a bitch. I'm starting to get frustrated with this. I'm, like, rushing, and I'm, like, not trying to be careful.
Yeah, no.
And so I'm like, fuck.
You got this.
So, I know everyone in our friend group knows what I think about it. But, yes, my favorite Metroid game is Other M. I know how everyone feels about it. I know everyone's criticisms about it.
So
it's just my favorite.
No, that's fine. Like, my biggest complaints from what I've seen of the game, I will admit I've not played it. That's also because, like, I heard everything terrible at the game, and I looked at the game, and I'm like, I don't want to play this. But from what I've seen of the game, because I've seen full playthroughs and I've seen reviews, the biggest complaint I have is why the fuck did they let the guy, and yes, he's one of the guys who created Metroid, but he was insistent that, no, I want it to be styled like the original Metroid, so you have to play with the Wii Remote sideways. And I'm like, dude, you're making a 3-dimensional action game and limiting them to just the sideways Wii Remote, which doesn't have enough buttons to do what you need to do.
Except they did it cleverly by also making it like having a little bit of love for the Prime series by if you switch the Wii Remote to Wii Remote mode.
Right, but the difference is, I've seen people talk about this in reviews, so I know what I'm talking about. The difference between a Prime game going from third person to first person and that game is that in Prime, you have to go to third person to go into Morph Ball mode, right? The way they do it is that when you are in first person and you press the Morph Ball button, it takes a second to zoom out so you see the Morph Ball. And then when you come back, it takes a second for her to start walking, start running, and then you zoom into her head. So that you're like, okay,
but
I'm back to... Right. But they do that on purpose because they realized if you snap from third person to first person immediately, and you don't know what direction you're facing, you will be completely confused as to what you're doing, which is what Other M does. Other M, the second you turn that Wii Remote sideways, you're in first person mode. And that game does not have a controllable camera. Like a very limited control camera. So like, let's say you're facing to the right and the camera's, so that you're facing to the right and you go to first person mode, all of a sudden, instead of looking at Samus's right side, you're looking forward from where you were looking. So if you don't know what that is or what you're doing, like, you're going to be completely confused. And then you go back to it and you're like, why am I facing backwards now?
I 100% get it, but
yeah.
I got used to how the controls work and everything, and
I think any game you can get used to the controls enough, sure. That's why my second complaint is that the story is fucking garbage.
Star Fox.
The story.
Star Fox of the Wii U.
Yeah. That was actually going to be my counter on that, or my agreement is that I did get used to Star Fox Zero's controls, and I had a good time with it. But I'll admit they're bad controls. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you can admit that Other M has bad controls even if you get used to them. But again, like I'm saying, also the story. I'm sorry, the story is just bad. Like, you really look at Fusion's story, which is the setup. The payoff to the setup, the prequel, essentially, right? Because it's like, oh, Other M is a prequel to Fusion, but we already knew about Fusion before Other M came out. And the logic in Fusion is like, one of her superior officers, named Adam, his consciousness got put into a computer. And she figures this out when he calls her lady. And it's like, oh my god, big revelation. And people don't really like the story in Fusion either. I think it's okay. Because it's not super interference. But you learn about this character, Adam, which is the one person that Samus respected enough.
And I just said I did not know that B was there, and I just killed it.
That's great. But it's the one person that Samus respected enough that she let him call her what is essentially a demeaning title.
Oh my god, fucking finally.
Good job. Quick, finish the level. Anyways.
Good god.
One last scare.
Imagine if you didn't have
Oh my god. If you didn't have Dixie? Yeah. Oh my god.
You should probably save it so that you don't have to play it again.
Well,
Right?
guess what's right here?
Yeah. But anyways, to finish my thought on that, is that, like, in Fusion, like, we find out that Adam is, like, the most respected person that Samus ever had in life until he died. He sacrificed himself saving people. The way we see it in Other M is that she's on a mission to kill the Metroids, but some of the Metroids, they've been modified to be immune to ice shots. But, like, fucking Adam shoots a Metroid for her with ice. Somehow he knew that one wasn't immune to ice. And then he knocks her out to go fight the Metroids for her and sacrifice himself. When it's like, no, this is what Samus was gonna do it. Like, he's like, no, I have to do it and be the one to save you. It's like, why? She didn't ask for your fucking help. She was upset that you did that to her. And he even said, why did you do that? And he's like, oh, I knew that you couldn't handle it, or some shit like that. And it's like, what?
It's been a while since I
What are
played,
you
so I can't
talking
remember
about?
the story 100%.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I remember this part.
People hate Adam because of that. He stole her victory, essentially. Like, yes, it meant that Samus got to live, but you don't know that. She could have gone. How many times has Samus gone to the, like, impossible odds and won on her own? Right?
Numerous.
Exactly. Thank you. So it's very annoying. And then also the entire conceit of, like, oh, Samus, every game has a stupid reason as to why Samus can't use her weapons. In Metroid Prime 1, it's, she hit a wall really hard.
Yeah.
And so now she can only have the power suit and her other weapons. Metroid Prime 2, I like their version in that one, which is that the Ings steal her shit, and then she has to fight them to get it back. Okay, that's cool. What is it in Other M? But even though she's a bounty hunter, she doesn't work for the Marines.
Oh, yeah.
Adam Malkovich is there. I'll only use my weapons if Adam tells me to.
To be fair,
even if I'm in a lava room where I am melting and Adam has not told me to use my weapons or to change into the power suit.
I 100% get it, guys, but I also see where they were going with, too. He is the last, like, one of the last people, not only did she respect, but was the closest thing to a father since her other father figures died.
Okay,
her actual father.
She respects him as much as her actual father figures? No, I'm sorry. He's an asshole. He's an asshole.
Yes.
He treats her like
Did
nothing.
you read the mangas though?
Okay, the mangas are their own thing.
They are 100% canon though.
If the manga story was in the game and it helped explain why Adam was the way he was or why she respected him the way she did, great. It's not in that game. If you play the game as its own story, Adam comes off as a total asshole, and Samus comes off as I will only ever do what Adam tells me to because I love him. He is my father figure. And it's like, why? You're strong. You are the definition of strong, independent woman who don't need no man. That is literally what you are. That is literally what you are. And it just gets even worse with the fact that, like, it's not entirely their fault. It's because they had a Japanese voice director directing the voice actors in English, and he doesn't know English, so all their dialogue comes off as stilted. Like Samus being like, and then I thought of the baby. The baby saved me again.
And it's just 100% get it.
That's not good. And then the story with Ridley, where she sees Ridley for the first time after he died again and came back, and she's so terrified she powers down. When ever has Samus been that terrified of anything? She'd already fought him twice. She killed him in the original game, and then timeline-wise, she fought him again in Super Metroid. She wasn't so terrified of him then. She fucking powered down. Oh, but he came back a third time? Oh, now I'm mortified. And then if you count the Prime games, it's actually like the fourth time she's seen him.
To be fair, she does. You do see somewhat semblance of fear in her when she sees Meta Ridley for the first time.
She's shocked. She's not fearful, because what does she also do? She fucking jumps after him to beat his ass. And like, the entire premise of Prime 1 is that Meta Ridley shows up and she chases him to the planet.
True.
Like, she would not be on Talon 4 if Ridley did not run away like a little bitch.
I think the reason why they did what they did with Other M is because in the manga, it shows her PTSD. It 100% shows why she's freaked out by him.
But the manga's also a prequel from when she was young and becoming Samus the Bounty Hunter.
And is also a tie and literally leads into Zero Mission.
Okay, leads to Zero Mission. Her first main mission. This Other M takes place at least 2 main missions after that, where she has encountered Ridley before and had no qualms with him. It even happens again. I think that they did this on purpose too. In Metroid Dread, when she sees Kraid again for the first time, and she has a look of like, sorry, I forgot you hadn't played it. But either way, she sees someone she hadn't seen before, and she didn't give a fuck. She looks at them and she's like slightly
Kraid's
shocked.
Different.
And then she's just Kraid is literally on the same level as Ridley in every game.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Ridley is the one who killed her parents in front of her when she asked to be his friend, and he laughed and did it in her face.
No, and that's
an asshole.
And that's great. The games don't give a fuck about that. I'm sorry. The only game that even closely gets fucked about that is Other M, which means it's the outlier, not the definer.
I get it. I 100% for everyone. I get it. I understand. It's still my favorite, but because I understand they're trying. I understand what they tried to do.
Sure, I understand the attempt. The attempt is there, and I get what he was trying to do with the story. He's trying to give Samus a character, because she's just stoic badass otherwise, because she doesn't talk. Barely ever. I'm sorry. I was so much more... Again, I'm not going to tell you plot details, because I didn't know you haven't played it. Go play Metroid Dread. I promise you, the story in that is way more engaging than anything Other M has done, and she acts like the Samus we know and care about. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, I get it. He wanted to lean into the fusion story and take it to the fucking extreme of it. But by doing that, he kind of, like character assassinates Samus. And if anything,
you also have to remember it was done by Team Ninja, first of all.
Sure, but the main Metroid guy was the director. The guy who created Metroid, the guy who does all the stories, he was the one behind the story. And the reason he picked Team Ninja was not even because of their, like, gameplay capabilities. It's because he saw, like, how crazy good the cutscenes were in, like, the Ninja Gaiden games.
Yes.
And he's like, I want to do a cutscene-heavy Metroid game, and then we'll make it an action game. And they're like, okay, great. We're going to make it for the Wii. That's great. We have the Wii and the Nunchuck, right? And he's like, no, just the Wiimote. I'm like, but this is a 3D action game, right? Yes. Figure it out. And I think he even straight up says, like, all good games that have limitations find a way to work around it and make it better. And I'm like, not when you don't have the limitations. Yes, for the NES and the Super NES, they had to figure out creative ways to let you have like 10 different weapons on the Super Metroid because they didn't have another option. But like modern games have other options. Use them. Oh God. Sorry. Huge rant on Metroid Other M.
Dude, what you rant about Other M, I rant about Star Fox SNES.
Okay, but again, I'm going to say this again. Star Fox SNES has the excuse that it was a very of its time game.
I get it.
Whereas Other M came out in, what, 2010, I think?
It did. Right.
It had no excuse. Mario Galaxy had come out by that point. Like, other amazing games on the Wii had come out They didn't use just the Wii remote.
Hell, even
because
the
they knew the
Metroid Prime
nunch-
trilogy.
Exactly. Oh,
You know, it's another funny thing about Metroid. It's another game like The Legend of Zelda where the name has nothing to do with the main character you play.
Yeah.
again, I can't tell you why. Play Dread. You might have your questions resolved about that.
That's crazy how all the Metroid games are not about the main character Samus.
There's even a couple Metroid games that do not have Metroids in them whatsoever.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so funny.
AKA Metroid Prime 2.
No, there's Ing-infested Metroids in
There
Prime
was?
2. Yes. The Space Pirates brought over Metroids from Talon 4. They're called Talon Metroids. and they get infested by the Ing.
The end of the game.
They're in it.
Yes.
And same thing
I was about to say,
same thing in
isn't
Prime
Dark
3.
Samus a Metroid?
What?
No.
Spoilers for the Prime trilogy as a whole. The Metroid Prime at the end of Metroid Prime 1 steals Samus' Phazon suit,
Yeah.
and then in Prime 2, she is now Dark Samus.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so Dark Samus is technically a Metroid.
Yes, that is true.
Yes.
But it's still like, yeah. Which, by the way, other fun thing, people talk about like, oh, Prime 4 doesn't have Metroids either. It's like, you're technically correct. Because in the very first scene where you fight Silex, he has two what appear to be Metroids next to him, but they're not. They're called Mock-Troids.
Oh, I've seen Mock-Troids exist.
Yeah, Mock-Troids.
They've existed
They
even
only
in
have the
Super
single.
Metroid.
They only have the single nucleus instead of like 3. But like, I guarantee they only put it in that cutscene because when they were advertising the game, they're like, "We need to show Metroids. It's a Metroid game. We need to show Metroids." And then like, they're trying to tell them like, "Guys, this game takes place after Metroid 2. There can't be any more Metroids. They're all gone. Fuck you. Put in Metroids."
Although technically they do exist in Fusion.
But there's a reason for that one.
Yeah,
which is
'cause they
that
clone them.
They clone them, and that's
Yeah.
the whole plot. Is they're like, "Oh my god, you cloned them from the baby DNA? What's wrong with you?" You know? Yeah.
Like, why'd you do that for, idiot?
Yeah. I mean, it's the same problem with them. Like,
Dude, the Omega fight is still like... This is a long fucking episode about Donkey
Oh, it's
Kong,
great.
by the way.
I mean, honestly, if you want, you could just cut it off at a certain point and then make an extended bonus episode of like, this is the rest of the Metroid conversation.
I could
Yeah.
make this a Let's Talk episode.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna. See you guys next time for more Donkey Kong Country 3.
But I'm not good. I don't want to edit.